Hello everyone, welcome to the video. We're doing 2.5, which is estimate with two digit divisors. The essential question is, how can you use compatible numbers to estimate quotients? Compatible numbers are numbers that you can divide. And I actually want this to be one of your vocab, so I'm going to put it right here. Compatible numbers. Numbers that you can use to divide evenly. For example, 8 and 4 are compatible because when you divide them, they equal 2. Okay? And you don't have to write this whole sentence. You could just write the equation. Okay? The steps are: use two sets of compatible numbers to find two different types of estimates. Use basic patterns and facts to help estimate, and determine which estimate makes more sense. Okay? So you guys know estimating is you're not exact, it's like an approximate, like, oh, it's would be kind of almost close to this number. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay? We're going to do 3 examples. In the first example, okay, example 1, let's see if I can move this up. Oh, no, can't do that. Okay. Example 1 is 1,353 divided by 60. Now, we're not really going to do the problem. We're going to estimate. Well, I know that 1,300 or 1,353 is in between 1,200, which is compatible to 60, and 1,800, which is compatible to 60 as well. So I know I'm going to use my patterns. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 120 divided by 60 is also 2. And that means that 1,200 divided by 60 is 20, because we have an extra 0 here, right? When you add that extra 0, the 0 has to be accounted for here. Okay, so 20 is my first number that I'm looking at. I know 18 divided by 6 is 3. 180 divided by 60 is also 3. So 1,800 divided by 60, since you have that extra 0, it's going to be 30. So my answer is, if I'm to estimate this number, it's going to be between 20 to 30. Now, I'm going to use some logic here. I'm going to say, well, it's the real number is 1,353. 1,200 is closer to that number than 1,800. Therefore, my estimate would be approximately 20. That would be my answer. Okay? Let's do another example. Go ahead and pause if you need to. Example number 2 is 650 divided by 18. Well, I'm going to round up 18 to 20, and I'm going to round 650. I'm going to round it down to 600, because I know 600 is compatible with 20, and 600 divided by 20 would be 30, because 20 times 30 is 600. Okay? And I'm going to estimate 800 divided by 20, because I know 800 divided by 20 is 40, because 40 times 20 is 800. Okay? So my answer is between 30 and 40. Now, of the two, once again, this one is closer to 650, so 30 is going to be the one I would choose. Okay? Because they're going to ask you, give me two numbers that are compatible with the estimate and choose which one's closest. And this one's the closest one. All right? Let's do example number 3. Example number 3 is 154 divided by 22. Well, I'm going to round 22 to 20. And I'm going to round 154 to 140 and to 160. Sorry, that's supposed to be a 4. Okay, 140 and 160. Doing that, I know that 20, or 140 divided by 20 is 7, and 160 divided by 20 is 8. Now, it's going to be between 7 and 8. Now, of the two, they're the same amount. So this would just be my answer, or you could say 7.5, because that would be in between these two numbers. Okay, so today you're going to do some problems that are going to ask you, give me two numbers that are compatible and what would be their estimates. So this is example number 1 on page 82, okay? And that's how you would do it. You're going to be doing 7 through 19 today, okay? All right, you guys, if you have any questions, please ask, write them down and have them ready to go. And hopefully this made a little bit of sense. Really, all you're doing, I'm going to go over the steps one last time. All you're going to be doing, hello, is this thing working? There we go. All you're going to be doing is using two sets of compatible numbers. You need to know basic facts and patterns. That's why here multiplication facts are so important. And you're going to determine which of the estimates makes the most sense. Now, that last example, both of those estimates made sense, so you could use both of those numbers. But in the previous two examples, only one of those numbers made more sense because it was closest to the actual number. Okay, you're not being exact today. You're not using actual long division. You're using estimates. Okay, if you have questions, let me know. Have a good one.